Did you know that you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership? If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. And best of all, there's absolutely no charge to do so. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so you can be heard all over the place on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. It is definitely everything that you need to make a podcast in one place, one-stop shop. Make sure that you download that free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. You are tuned in to a female-hosted podcast who values you and your time. Each week, I will deliver short and sweet perspectives with no sidekick. So please, sit back, put your feet up, and allow me to bring you Drea's point of view. Thank you for tuning in to Drea's Point of View. I am your hostess, Drea. And today I'll be asking the question, will you be making a list this year? You know, the holidays are right around the corner, and there's no better time than any to get started on those gifts. I'm one who doesn't wait until December. First off, I'm not a really big fan of malls as it is, especially in December. I have to do my stuff online. I usually ship most of my gifts out anyway, so I got to get a head start. But I was thinking, I'm like, there's got to be more creative things to do, especially this year with people being laid off. And what creative ways can you give gifts? And I got some ideas from another podcast, Two Black Guys with Good Credit. And it was very interesting what they suggested. And I'm going to combine their ideas along with mine. First thing you want to do is write down how many people you're going to give gifts to, make that budget. You don't have to splurge. Everybody wants to get the perfect gift for someone, but just say if you have like 5-6 people, okay? Make $20. Don't go over that. Or just buy for the kids, since Christmas is about kids anyway. Or just give to someone. This was a good idea. Actually, I'm sure we all know someone who's been affected by this holiday season financially. Give to someone who's not doing that well this year. And that only. And just tell people straight up, you know what? You know how this year has been. Not going to be able to get you anything. And just do it that way. But you definitely want to budget and stick to it for everyone. Another thing you can do is save your change. You know, for those of you who still use cash, a lot of places, they need coins. Save your change. Put it in a jar. And then, you know, around December when you decide to go shopping, you'd be surprised how many nickels, dimes, and quarters you've saved up to get at least a gift or two. You can also cut out extras. Don't do any spending for a month as far as extras go. Like, cut back on your manicures or your Starbucks. Cut that out for about a month or so, and that'll get at least 2 or 3 good gifts. Because you figure Starbucks, what? Every time you go in, pretty much you're spending at least $5. And most people do it at least 2-3 times a week. I mean, you could probably knock out everybody by doing that. So yeah, cutting a lot of that back. Or what happened to giving the gift of cards? Getting a nice card. Cards are expensive. I mean, I've decently priced card is at least $5. Get a nice card this year. Give it to people. That may not be a bad idea. All these store closures that are going on, I usually start around Halloween. I've gotten one gift already, though, because all these store closures, tons of ideas right there on what to get people. And you're saving so much money, and by the time December gets here, you're done. So check out those store closure ads, anything that you see on TV, and just get something for people. You can also donate to their favorite charity. It doesn't have to be much. Like I said, that could be $20 or less. A lot of charities out there, Make-A-Wish Foundation, you can donate to that. You can also donate clothes to one of those shelters. There's so many, like women's shelters. I always like to donate my clothes around this time of year. Donate to women's shelters. They're in need, always in need for something. There's always Toys for Tots. You can also give that way. Plenty of food banks. They're always open. You can give to them and not spend a lot. Give your gift of your time. Maybe, I don't know how they're working with the volunteering at the shelters, but offer to do that. Another thing you can do, I've never done it, but I've heard other people who do it. You can also re-gift. Try not to re-gift to the same person that gave it to you, but you can also try and re-gift. We all have gotten gifts that we're not fond of. Give it to somebody else. Make somebody else one man's trash. Your credit cards, some of them have points. See what you can get from those points off those credit cards. Magazine subscriptions. For those of you who still like to read, you can get magazine subscriptions. That's a gift that keeps on giving. $10, $15, and they're good for the whole year. I've done that before in the past. And then you can also, I haven't really looked into this, but you can also, maybe for the kids even, give stock. And you don't have to spend a lot. There's penny stocks out there. And so there's tons to do without spending a lot of money. You have been tuning in to Drea's Point of View. I can be heard on Podbreed Network, Good Pods, Top Black Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Spreaker, and more. Feel free to leave me a comment on my website, www.dreaspointofview.com, or on social media. I'm on Facebook and IG, Drea's Point of View, as well as Twitter, Drea Point. It's been my pleasure bringing you a part of me, and I hope that you remain to be a listener. Until next time, take care.